Call Halalim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Okar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the brothers who pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. So I'm going to Daniel, the 7th chapter, to help those who's looking to get an understanding about it. All right. As you can see, it's a picture depicting what he's seen in his dream. So I'm gonna get right into it. Lord willing, this don't be that long, but if it is, hey, you can always watch other things on YouTube. All right, let's get right into it. Daniel the 7th chapter, 1st verse, vision of the 4 beasts. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of the 7 of Slakia of the heaven strove upon the great sea. All right, and 4 beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle wings. That's the Assyrian Empire. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. That was the King Nebuchadnezzar. 5th verse, and behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear. That's the Medo-Persian Empire. And it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. When it say it raised itself on one side, that means the Medo-Persian, which the Medo was the Medes, and the Persians basically overcame the Medes. They overtook the Medes, well, they was greater than the Medes. Okay, but they were still working together to take down the Babylonian Empire. All right, and it said it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. That's the nations they conquered. The 3 ribs represent the nations they conquered, coming out of the east. From the west, north to the south, they conquered Libya, Babylon, and Egypt. Okay. In the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. What's going on with this mic? I think this mic just went dead. Mouse, I mean. Slovakia. 6th verse. And after this I beheld, and lo means look, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. That was Alexander the Great, the Greek Empire. The beast had also 4 heads, the 4 rulers. Those are 4 rulers after Alexander, after Alexander, and they ruled. That ruled after Alexander when he passed away. That was Antagonist, Cassandra, Ptolemy, and Seleucus. And dominion was given to it. Okay, 7th verse. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, Behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns, and it had 10 horns. Okay, so that fourth beast was the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire. And it says it had great iron teeth. That great iron teeth represents the iron weapons they used to conquer the known world at that time. Okay. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, because all the other empires, they had kings. The Roman Empire, they had Caesars, emperors. So they was kind of diverse from all the other ones. Okay. And they had 10 horns. The 10 horns represents the 10 nations who ruled with the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire at that time, which was the Anglo-Saxons, Franks, Alemanni, Lombards, Ostrogoths, Visigoths, Burgundians, Vandals, Suebi, and Heruli. And you can look that information up as well. 8th verse. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, which was America. Because America came out of Britain, and Britain came out of England, which was Britain came out of the Anglo-Saxons. The Anglo is basically another name for England. It's a Latin name for England, Anglo or Anglia. Okay, so America came from Britain. Britain came from Anglo-Saxons, which the Latin name for Anglo-Saxons is Anglo or Anglia, which is England. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns. Right, before there was whom there were 3 of the first horns was the British, French, and Spanish, because America basically had to overcome those 3 nations in order to take over the whole United States of America. They say, plucked up by the roots, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Right. And we all know that America is proud. They think no one can basically beat them. And I came across this video that one of my brothers showed me, how one of the I believe this was one of the sergeants in the American Army. His name was David G. Belavia, and he had a Medal of Honor ceremony, and he basically was just talking crazy about. I'm gonna go to the video and let you hear it.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died, or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Hmm. And that's basically that's basically how this devil get down, man. He prideful. He don't care about none of that you talking about, basically, or what you got going on. He don't even care what you worship. So that shows you that this devil don't even care about the Most High, man. Okay, and it's a precept I have. 1 second. It was a precept that came to mind. Salakia. Psalms. See, Psalms 4 and 10. I mean, Psalms 14. Now, you know how to spell Psalms almost. Psalms 14, first verse. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Exactly. So that's how the wicked think, man. He don't care about who you worship, what you worship. You come up against them, they're gonna destroy you, basically. Okay. Ninth verse. I beheld till the thrones was cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. They're talking about Yahweh, the Most High. Okay, when he's basically going to show up once he destroy all of the thrones, the kings of the earth. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. Those was the angels who ministered to him, and those the angels around him. And I'm pretty sure those was the chariots as well. The chariots the angels was in, those so-called UFOs or UAPs or IFOs, identified flying objects, because we know what they are. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn, 10th verse, 11th verse, Salakia. I beheld because of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Right. So that's Babylon, Babylon the Great being destroyed, which is United States of America, and they're going to be destroyed by the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that the Most High is going to send upon this place. Because it says, I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. That beast is America, because no other beast was destroyed. I mean, no other nations was destroyed by fire. Okay. 12th verse. Go down some more. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, that their lives were prolonged for a season and time. Right, they ruled for a certain time, then they had their reign taken away. All right. I saw in the light, 13th verse. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. That's the Yahweh Shai, who was so called Jesus. He came on the cloud with the clouds. That's the chariot. And how we know that's Yahweh Shai is a precept in Revelations 7, first verse. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every Salakia. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Let it be. So when he come on them clouds, every eye shall see him, they gonna wail. They're gonna start crying, man, because they're gonna show the true form of what he looked like when he got crucified. Okay. Back to Daniel 7 chapter and 14th verse. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and language should serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And it's another precept that come to mind that let me see. So I know it's in Philippians, the 2nd chapter. Let's see. Everyone. Okay, yeah, Philippians, the 2nd chapter, 10th verse, and it reads that at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee shall bow. Actually, let me read up one. Wherefore the Heavenly Father also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. Okay, back to Daniel 7 chapter. So everyone's going to serve Yahweh Shai. He's kings of kings and lords of lords. 15th verse. I, Daniel, was grieved. Salakia. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. So he was basically like astonished of what he saw. 16th verse. I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth, which was Assyrians, the Medes, Persian, Greek, and the Roman Empire. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. What was the saints of the Most High? The saints of the Most High is Israel. Okay. Let me see, get a precept here. Yeah. No, it's in here in the 50th chapter. Salakia. Okay, here you go, the 5th verse. He should call forth, I'm start the 4th verse. And it reads, he should call to the heavens from above and to the earth that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. All right, so those are the Israelites. We can go to Hebrew, the 8th chapter, the 8th verse, to show who he gave his covenant to. Started 7, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So that's all we need there. So the saints is the Israelites, Latino, Negroes, and Native Americans. All right. 19th verse. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet. Right, which is the Roman Empire. All the other empires had kings. All the other we went over that. All the other empires was not like the Roman Empire and America, because America just take after basically the Roman customs, ancient Roman customs. You can basically see how that how they do that by looking at the things around us in America, like the White House, for instance. The White House, the structure of the White House looks exactly like ancient Rome. And then you have another structure I can't think of at the moment, but let's move on. 20th verse, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, which is America, and before whom 3 fell, which was the French, Spanish, and Britain, even of that horn that had eyes and mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. America looked America looked down on other nations, on other European nations as well. 21st verse. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. That's basically going into the times when we fled Israel, okay, and came over here to America. The Northern Kingdom was over here first, with Reuben, so-called Seminole Indians, all the 10 tribes. Let's just say all the 10 tribes came over here to America first, because they was already in captivity by the Assyrians. And then they later on came over here to America. And then you had the Southern Kingdom, which was Judah, the Levites, the Haitians, which is the Levites is the Haitians, Judah, which is the Negroes, and Benjamites, which is Jamaicans. 22nd verse. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Because after a while, we're going to take over the kingdom. like the scripture says in Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, 10 and 8 verse, because of unrighteous dealings, the saints, because of unrighteous dealings, one kingdom is translated to another, roughly paraphrasing. So we gonna take this kingdom, man, and we're gonna take it by storm sooner or later. What's that? 23rd verse. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Right? And that kingdom is United States of America, because the United States of America, they rule almost everything. They rule over everything, even when it comes to NATO and the EU. Whatever they say goes. And most people are scared to go up against them, but not in these times now, because Yahweh want to make other kingdoms come up against the other nations, come up against them, like Russia and China, even Iran, because Iran is about to go to war with Israel, with those fakish people over there. That's not even the real people of that land, because we the real people of that land. And like the elder Apostle Todd said, when you hear more about Iran, that's how you know we getting closer to the end, because they play a great part in the wars to come, in the war to come. 24th verse, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, which is America, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. All right. Because when we came over here to the Americas, all we've been doing was getting hell, catching hell from Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the Seminole Wars, which is the Seminoles are Reuben, the firstborn. They've been fighting with they've been going to war with the Americas since from 18 to 1858. Then you got the Negroes, who've been going to war with them since 1619. Well, suffering under them since 1619 all the way until now. Because slavery definitely wasn't abolished. We still go through slavery. Actually, everybody is in slavery now. Even when even the Benjamites, when they went through the sugar plantation slavery, the sugar plantation Caribbean slavery. Okay. And you had the Haitian revolt. All right, so we've been going through catching hell since we've been over here. And they think to change the times and the what they say, and they think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Yeah, so you already know that they changed times. You got daylight savings and changing the laws, when we all know a man should not sleep with another man. They should be an abomination. They made that law legal, which was under the rulership of Barack Obama. And around 2015, he made that law legal. Okay. 26th verse. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it until the end. Once Babylon the Great is taken down, no one else will rule. Well, Yahweh Shai. And the saints, which is the Israelites, Latino, Negroes, and Native Americans, we're going to be ruling with Yahweh Shai. We're going to be joint heirs, like it says in Romans the 8th chapter. All right. And the kingdom, 27 verse, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints, which was the Israelites of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Right. We're going to take all this over. I mean, I got a precept, one of my favorite precepts. Psalms 137, chapter 7 verse. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So we're going to be happy taking down this kingdom and doing what they did to us. It's going to be a beautiful sight to see. 28th verse. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much trouble me, and my countenance changing me, but I kept the matter in my heart. All right, so he was basically astonished, baffled of the vision he's seen, but he still kept it in his mind to write it down in history for the days to come, for the latter end, which is now, for the apostles and the elders to break down to the people. So hopefully this was edifying. Lord willing, until next time, shalom.